You say that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes and I want you right back, right back. You say that I'm hypnotic and that I caught you like that. It's like every time I walk into the room, you know you want what I have, I have. Turn it on, turn it off. Can't tell if I love you right back. Moving in, moving on.
Hello. Yeah, well, I don't
don't know
do a
who needs to
great
hear this
deal
right
both
now,
on this
but
channel and the channel this is likely to be launched on. But I have to tidy up a few loose ends. Now, sadly enough, I am that of an opinion that in many cases is unpolitically correct. For that I can only apologise for those that I may offend, but believe you me, nothing truthfully is meant by it. I'm more mouth than I am activity. I've learned that over the years that I've been breathing this air. Now I worked in the military a long time ago, and what I learnt in the military still stands. You can be any culture, any name, any creed. If your life is in line and I'm able to save you, believe you me, I do that kind of thing. It's what I was trained to do. But there's been a lot of confusion because my opinion is rather outspoken, rather loud, if you may. And that is, people would declare me as being one particular type of person. Now, believe you me, there's a certain bodies years ago that I hope are no longer functioning, that because of my original opinion and still opinion, I could not go anywhere without backlash. Backlash meaning, well, I had to move home several times. That's how bad the backlash was. And it don't mean in a dark way. It means in the other way. But it gives you an idea of what I'm actually talking about. Now, you have to delicately
Time to do some sketchy shit. Do-da, do-da. Hope I get away with it.
We're in a delicate society where certain opinions are that of which are not acceptable. Loud, most people do it when they're drunk. I do it louder when I've had the influence. Now, I don't drink as a rule now. Sensible. But when I do, well, I tend to let my mouth roam around. But I'm not here to apologise for my opinions. What I'm here is to put the record straight. Now, I met a lad today, a young lad, and I don't want to say too much because, well, it's not his fault, it's his upbringing, you younger generations' upbringing as well. Even my own kids have that same upbringing. But now he got the wrong end of the stick. He thought I was being totally out of order. I'm not really. I was very loud. But you don't question another person's opinion unless it's going to affect them directly. Now, what I was very offended about, and I must confess, this offended me more than my own opinions. Now, this young lad claims that he has a particular culture of which is his family. Well, it's funny. I met his mum, and I don't know, was that his girlfriend or was that his partner? But I met them both. And why you lie and why you interfere with a person's opinion, that's the quickest way to cause yourself getting hurt. Likewise, me as well. So I try not to offend to a degree of offence where violence is. Now, I'm not a violent person no more. I was years and centuries ago, if you may. But I'm not now. because I've seen enough of that through the decades. I don't need to see no more, and I'm not likely to be a party to someone causing that kind of abuse. Now, if this person is watching this particular channel, they will know who I'm talking about. If not, well, he lives in the Liverpool area, that's all you need to know. And he should not have interfered with my opinion. Yes, it may have been distasteful and offensive to his ears, but you're still young, and in time you will learn on some of the things of which is discussed. Again, I have to delicately put it in code, because I'm not a person who has an opinion that should be recognised as acceptable. I do have an opinion, but I usually tend to keep my opinion to myself. It doesn't change if what I talk about in that aspect, loud or not loud,
That's right. You and me,
if
right now.
that particular culture was in serious trouble or problems, and I was able to help, believe you me, I'd be there to help. But that is how I was brought up. And that's all I need to say. That's all I want to say on this subject. But, now, I have to pause for a minute, because I've got to make allowances for the editing that I've got to do after this. Listen to music, dance a jig, I don't know, do whatever you want to do, but enjoy, or not, or say, yeah, I know your kind, yeah. Get the tattoo on your head. What tattoo? I don't like pain. Anyway, here we go. Now, have you seen the tables? Now, I looked at a couple of football. Now, we're talking about sport now. Now, I was shocked and awed about some of the many matches I've seen of recent. In particular, the City and the Arsenals and the Cities and the Real Madrid. The list is too bloody long. And I noticed how you look at the table. Now, Arsenal are doing what other teams in the Premier were accused of doing. You know, 1 minute they're down below, the next minute they're like one game and they're like 10 ahead. How? You ain't even won. You lost. Well, you won, but then you go. That's Arsenal. I'm not going there. It's not talking about Arsenal. And then you look at City and you're hearing the same thing. Now, you see them suddenly climbing up, then suddenly knocked back. But when they have a match, it's only the wife ringing. Oh, I suppose the best pause is.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
Before I was rudely interrupted. Yeah, when you look at the tables, I mean, have a look at this one for argument's sake. See what I was saying with reference?
Do it!
What's going on there?
Just do it!
I mean, yeah, alright, City have got in front. Now, how are they doing that? Alright, yeah, they've played many a good game. Many a bad game.
Make your dreams
But then you look
true.
at the relegations of Everton. I mean, ain't it the same? I mean, have a look at this sketch here now, and you'll see it's not showing a great deal, but it's the best I can do in this kind of arrangement, because I've never kind of done something like this.
There we go. Saka, go again. Jesus.
They're not going to do a foul, I bet you.
Sending it back to the defender, able to twist and turn.
I hope that's enough. I mean, because editing this way, I'm using a different app now to do my editing. So I don't know how this is going to come out.
You and me, right now.
So anyway, but you saw how they were playing. I mean, seriously? Luckily, they didn't get above the team they were playing. But the point is, what is going on with these referees? You know, who's paying their bills? Obviously not the Premier League. Obviously the team they're defending. But there's a number of them we know, without pointing names. Obviously, I might get in trouble if I point names. But anyways, you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, you know, how the devil can they suddenly see one opposing team foul a person, and they're on doing half a dozen rolls and then laying on the deck for a while, but yet they ignore that, but then the opposing team of a lower league in the chart will do the same very move and suddenly, oh, blow the whistle, penalty, booking, yellow card, boom. I mean, seriously, what is with these referees? Are you not meant to be neutral? Well, I don't know about you, but my understanding of footy was mutual understanding. You're not neither the opposing team or the league higher team. You are just there to make sure the game is playing sensibly. Not suddenly, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, what, you had your leg chopped off? Didn't see it. Oh, my God, that lower league's just had his fingers stumped. I better stop him. Yellow card. What about matey who's had his leg chopped off? Exactly what I'm saying. They see what they want to see. I mean, that's taking a mitty, to be fair. That is taking a Michael 100%. I don't know how many people would agree with me on that, but seriously, I can understand why they've done that program a little while ago on the old BritBox, now the ITVX, of what's been going on with the FIFA and the Premier League. Come on. Wake up. People are still getting done by it. You're still making a mint. Managers changing left, right and centre. Teams failing and they're playing good but they're failing, and then suddenly the opposers that are higher or lower are doing better than them. Right, yeah, in the league that's the way it goes. But in some cases where you've got a lower league doing better than the higher league, but yet the higher league still carry on in their place, even though the lower league has beat them. It's suddenly ignored about how many goals you've allowed, how many goals you've disallowed,
Time to do
and how
some
many
sketchy
penalties
shit.
and cards you have issued.
Doo-da.
And now, I'm not a
Get
big
away
football
with
person,
it.
I'm more of a rugby
Doo-da-dee.
person, but seriously, what's going on? Don't you need to tidy that up and think upon it? I mean, I don't know. It's just unbelievable. And it beats the bejesus out of me, and that's being fair. You know, because all you're doing is watching a game and enjoying them. And there you have it. Now, I'm going to now change this subject. I would put an advert in usually in between that, but I kind of ain't got none lined up. So we have to just look like matchstick soldiers or something like that. I don't know. Whatever you want to, whatever tickles your imagination for this brief period of boredom. Anyway, the boredom is now. I've been also doing another aspect of, there's two apps that I follow. One being the City app. It's because my partner loves that particular team. Me, well, a team's a team. If they play, they play. They do alright. If they don't, they don't. Hey, oh, that's the way it is. I prefer Liverpool, but I never went there. And I prefer here in rugby, but also I prefer England also in rugby. That's as far as I go with reference to my preferences of sport. But anyway, now this particular app I'm talking about, it's the City app. Now, it's a good app. It's great. I'll never knock it. But they have an issue. You pay them, as one does, with whatever your payments are, and guess what? It won't play on any of your devices, and yet every time you go on that device that you paid it through, oh, you ain't subscribed. I mean, hang on. What's it going to cost me that per day? Their prescription, rather than monthly, is that the daily now? I mean, seriously, that particular team, academy or whatever you want to call their beasts, their chiefs, their, I don't know, whatever you want to throw in, need to look upon this. Like, there's many people, now I only pay it for my partner, I don't pay it for myself, I pay it for my partner. But I do like the women of that said team. But the thing is, I pay my subscription, my yearly subscription and my monthly subscription to watch the premiere of those particular things. And then all it wants you to do, every time you've paid it, oh, you need to subscribe. I've already paid you like triple the fee. I mean, I'm going to be having a chat at them, and I would do a live on that, but, you know, that's something I don't think I've got enough space on my gadget to do. So you have to take my word for it on that one. I guarantee, oh, it's something electronical. Really? Oh, it's something to do with your bank. Ah, but the bank said you've already cleared it. Yeah, so what's the next excuse? Oh, maybe the app's gone down again. What, every day, every hour, every minute? Wow. Scrap the app and change it. You might be able to get subscribers staying and enjoying their games that they're paying for without getting a backlash. Yeah, that's one of those problems. And the other one is, there's now, this is what I was going to do in foreign language. I was also going to apologise in a polite way for many copyright situations. Now, there's a number of apps out there on your
I don't know who needs to hear this right now.
on your app store, Google App Store. And now they allow you to subscribe. They allow you to take those apps on and download them and hog all the space of your memories, whichever ones you're using. And they turn around and come across one thing. You release it on YouTube, like I often have done, because some of my editing programs need some of the back end to make it stand, I suppose. I don't know. It's something I do. And all of a sudden, I'm getting copyright. Now, I do a crazy little thing on one of the other channels where I used to do it on TikTok, but I've got no interest in that rubbish. It doesn't interest me, TikTok, at all, no more. It used to, but it's too many, well, it just ain't my thing. Maybe I'm too old, I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. So, here I do on my YouTubey stuff, and I lower these tunes on. I do that stuff that I would do, editing stuff, making a short thing longer. And yeah, a couple of them go through, and a couple of them won't even allow me to put it on because they say copyright material and it's copyright. And I'm thinking, hang on, if it's copyright, then why are you putting it on the Google app, and why are you putting it on your app that people are either subscribing to, which I have done, bad me, foolish me, I don't know. I've subscribed to them, and yet I'm still getting copyright. Oh, look, you're copying that. Oh, I've got to be careful now, because I can't do foreign languages as I used to do, because it's not collectively political. So, yeah, we have to be careful how I approach these with some of my characters that I used to use and use still when I can on my other channel are not politically correct, even though I do it for fun. For some reason, under the government regime, it is not political correct. So, help. I mean, that's what I'm saying on that subject. So, you judge yourself if you like my stuff or not like my stuff. Hey, it's the way it is. And now the one last dodgy subject I have to say, and I have to be careful how I do this. Let's look at the government. Now, the government, what are they playing at? Now, I feel sorry for all these foreign wars that are taking place. You know, we've all had our losses with reference to that. Well, a majority of us have. Sadly enough, I have twice, but that's neither here nor there. What annoys me is, you know, we're in a small little country, tiny little island, you know, and we're allowing every sundry coming in. Now, every government that's been in charge now to date has turned around and said, oh no, but hang on, we are making a hammer to these. We're no longer the Brexit, whatever they call it, the Brexit. That's no longer applicable to us. we are a country on our own, deep, deep, deep in debt. And all we're doing is taking on everybody who wants to come in. On top of that, where's our militaries going? Untastedly, they're going to where we shouldn't really be involving ourselves in. It's not our problem. And we're helping that particular culture, taking homes, houses, and giving the free benefits that everybody would like to get, but we cannot get. And that's in other cultures that are within this little island we call England. Yes, this may to everybody seem racist, but it really is not. It's just concern of a person who's done my time for this country. I've served my bit for our country, and with many heartaches thrown in. So I'm not going there. And many losses. I'm still not going there. So, and here we are now. We're helping the particular company to defend themselves. And now we're suddenly a big target against a country which I might add, because of this copyright I said in the earlier sketches, is something that was rather offensive to that particular country. Now we're the number one enemy. I mean, seriously? England, why involve yourself and poke your noses where it doesn't matter? If they want to do themselves harm, then let them do themselves harm. Come on. We've got a hard amount of numbers of people and populace within this little island that everybody comes, that we're so gladly helping to enjoy every fringe benefit it can offer. Even though we're billions upon billions upon billions of pounds in debt, we are still saying, yeah, I have this. You may as well have that mansion. It's good. Have it for all your family. No problem. Oh, you want a free car? You can have one of them. Yep, you can have that too.
Hope I get away
Meantime,
with it.
the people who are legit in that scenario, you're gonna have to wait in a hostel. When there's one available, if not, it's a street. So seriously, I mean, it's a matter that I find very deep. Yeah, and in many cases, whether YouTube will allow this to be launched, I don't care, and I don't know if they will. But what I'm saying is not offensive. It's meant in of concern of a person who thinks, hang on, what's going on here? You know, we're in a little island. You know, you got America, you got France, you got Africa, you got, well, there's too many countries you can say. You know, they are big countries. They can take the backload of people that want to come to this country on diplomatic immunity or war-drawn Europe. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in major trouble. We need home. We need protection. Well, take your protection to the bigger countries that can afford your hanging around. Because unless England suddenly become a 5-layer country, totally impossible, which is sinking anyway. England, as we know, scientifically is sinking. With the amount of houses that we happen to build to cater for everybody that we're trying to look after worldwide, doesn't seem to go notice that, hey, you're still going to be struggling, and everybody else who has to live and born and bred in them countries have to deal with the lack of, because we're too busy helping these other countries to say, oh, diplomatic immunity. I mean, seriously. I think as a government as a whole, really do need to look at that. They keep saying, oh, we're making sure we don't do this no more. But seriously, I haven't seen evidence, and I'm sure many, many people of any other culture would probably agree with me. Don't see that difference. All it seems is more people coming in, more tiring on our resources, more debt that we're accruing, and now we're a threat to Russia. Well, Russia are our threat. we're in trouble with a company, Russia. We've already cut our armies, we've already cut our military resources because we're too busy trying to save other countries, poking our noses where it doesn't concern us. And now we're the targets? Come on. To be fair, let's be wise on that situation because it is silly. You know, no one can afford that kind of thing, to be fair. You know, life is too short in every aspect to be willing to poke our noses in other people's businesses. You know, it's bad enough we're struggling on our own devices to try and make our world a better place. Equality. I fought for it. Became target because I fought for that. And where's it got me? No wiser, no more sensibler, and no more better off. Not that I want to be better off. I do miss working. Unfortunately, I'm unable to because of my health conditions. Henceforth, for those who follow me on any channels that I have launched, I only can apologise and bear with me. I'm doing what I can to try and get on with my stuff. I'm looking for new material as one of my main bases is no longer available at this moment in time. So I'm trying to find new material. And without the subscriptions, what I really want to do for my channels, I can't because I don't have enough to cover. And that's being honest. So I always say to everybody, anyone who know me locally, just look at the sign at the back of my grey jacket when I wear it. Look at my other jacket. I always say subscribe, give me the thumbs up. Alright, the grey one's a bit wrong because they've spelt it wrong. They haven't spelt it right. But it's still the point. The more people subscribe that can subscribe would help me improve what my content is on these channels, and which would make it vast more. It would also open for more competitions that I would like to introduce on this channel. But I can't. I don't have many subscribers. But I'm of the opinion. Now, if you like my stuff, fine. Don't just view it. Subscribe. If you don't like my stuff, well, acknowledge it at least, even if it's a thumb down. Don't just look at it and then move on to the next channel. I need enough subscriptions to build what's left of my channels to make it more accepting and more exciting, albeit from documentaries to movies to chit chats to, well, hey, anything, even live mock-up comedy sketches and travelling sketches. I don't know. The options are so wide and so often. I have many ideas, and unfortunately many of my projects you will never sadly see because I just don't have enough funds to cover for what those projects need. And no, I'm no longer driving public transport sector. I'm just like everybody else. I have to find something that will tickle you, that you'll enjoy, that you'll find excitement or offence, but in a good way, not a bad way, I hope. Until then, though, I'm going to nip it in the bud because I don't know how much storage is, and I've still got editing to do on this channel. So whatever comes out of this, I hope it's enjoyable, and I hope you like the channel. Any other ideas, by all means, if you are able to mention me to Facebook. I think I'm on Facebook, I don't know. Don't worry about Instagram. I don't waste my time with that rubbish. Even TikTok, either one of those, whatever's available, you'll find something there, I'm sure, to make a comment. And some of them I may be able to reply, but at the moment I can't. But I'm aiming to reply to any concerns that people offer me. So meantime, take care of yourselves, and please do not be offended by some of the things I discuss, even though many things I discuss can be infringed as being offensive. I seriously don't mean it as an offensive mean. It's just a concern that I like spreading my word and just saying what I feel, because where would I be if I didn't say what I think? I mean, we have freedom of speech. Or is that still the myth that we already expect it is? Still, anyway, for those who care, those who don't, I still say, I care. You take care of yourselves. Be lucky, be safe, be vigilant, be careful, and good health. And, as I always say, even though another couple of channels do this now saying, whether it's from me or their own thing, I'll say it anyway. I'll catch you all, hopefully, all willing, on the flip. Till then, ta-ra.
It's like every time the conversation changes, and I want you right back, right back. You say that I'm hypnotic, and that I caught you like that. It's like every time I walk into the room, you know you want what I have, I have. Turn it on, turn it off.
Do it!
Can't tell if I love you right back.
Just
Moving
do
on,
it!
moving on.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Turn it on, turn it off.
Yesterday,
Can't
you
tell
said
if I love you
tomorrow.
right
So
back.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, kitty, you the wrong, get enough to drink with a drop cup. Ha! Hey! Can you see how you sing? You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, kitty, you the wrong, get enough to drink with a drop cup. Ha! Hey! Ha! You want to bamba? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, kitty, you the wrong, get enough to drink with a drop cup. Ha! Hey! Can you see how you sing? You wanna G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, kitty, you the wrong, get enough to drink with a drop cup. Ha! Hey! Can you see how you sing?